Hey guys, welcome back to Barbecue RS. Today we're going to do a Boston butt. We got this thing at Walmart. Now normally we shop only at Ingles or Publix. I prefer Ingles. I worked there for 10 years as a butcher, but the way I found these on sale, $17 for a 7-pound Boston butt. It's a pork shoulder Boston butt. Got some good fat on it. Typically these Cryovac ones like this, like these Smithfields and your IBPs and all that stuff, it's all the same. I have come to find it's all the same. So first thing I want to do is get this thing opened up, get it rinsed off, get it dried off, and then we're going to season this bad boy and get it on the smoker. Probably going to take a while. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So, boom. Our meat is good and clean. I just want to kind of pat it dry. I like to wash off all that Cryovac juices is what I call it. It's just where it's in that Cryovac seal. So what I like to do with these things is I actually score them. I'll actually take and just kind of cut them a little bit. I find that it just kind of helps get that seasoning inside there. And the seasoning we're going to use today is our butt rub. I'm going to use what I've got left of it, a little bit of pepper, and we're going to bind it with yellow mustard. So, guys, this is like a really, really easy recipe. You can get butt rub on Amazon, or you can get it at Ingles Markets, and that's where I got this from. New bottle of mustard. Now that we finally got that mustard opened, let's get this thing covered. Now, this is where we're going to get a little bit dirty, but it works. And this is just a binder. I like to use mustard as a binder, and it does give a little bit of flavor. I like mustard-based barbecue. You know, I like mustard in general. So, now that our hands are good and nasty, it's time to wash them and to start rubbing some seasoning on there. Now, this is going to be some super good barbecue. And I just going to cover this thing. Let's go into the large side. There we go. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid to season that thing. It's going to be some fine barbecue. I feel that we'll be out of the butt rub. We are. Just going to kind of use what we got left on this. I knew I was low, but believe it or not, that's going to be almost plenty what's already on here. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little mustard too. Or not mustard, sorry, I'm going to do a little pepper. I got to find the large pepper. We're going to finish this bad boy off with some pepper now that I found my pepper. Now pepper, I really like pepper on a Boston butt. I normally do salt and pepper, but the butt rub is plenty salty enough. And it don't take a whole lot, but we want to develop a good bark on it. So this is easy. I mean, everybody can make pulled pork. It's just a matter of how you cook it. And I think that's the most important thing. So we've already got our grill or our pellet smoker set at 225. And we're going to cook this thing until it gets 205 degrees internal temperature. And it could take 8 hours. It could take 12. It could take 15. It just depends on how this thing cooks. And how, it's pretty hot outside. So that'll help too. Last time I done one of these was in the wintertime. It took a little while. So let's go get this thing on the smoker. Alright, so before we put it on the smoker, I'm going to go ahead and get us a temperature probe on. So just got a new battery put in it. And we're going to put this thing into the Boston butt. Get it on in there in the middle. Now we're just going to put it on here and forget it. Here in about 2 hours, we'll come out here and spritz it. I'm going to show you guys how we do that. But this thing's going to be good. Alright guys, we've been cooking for a little while now. I just wanted to go ahead and show y'all. These are the pellets that we're using. I got to refill the grill here in a minute. You can get these at Sam's. They are awesome. I've had no problems with my grill with these. They burn clean. Let's just say I've never had a problem with them. So I forget how much they are. I think they're like a 45-pound bag, but they're incredible and they're really affordable at Sam's. So yeah, this thing, right now, we're in an internal temperature of 41 degrees, so we got a long way to go. Also, you see my refrigerator in the distance. We actually rescued that from a abandoned house beside me. So, me and the youngins out here, we're just cooking. So, we'll update you in about 2 more hours. Guys, once you look at the smoke coming off this thing, Jesus. All right, there's our temperature. Right now, sitting at a 95 degrees. Ugh. Let's take a look at the smoke. Good God. Woo. Oh, my eyes are burning. That thing is starting to get some really nice color. Oh my God, this thing's gonna be good. We don't want to lose our heat though. You guys see how easy this is? We literally just set it and forget it. Pit balls. It's the only way we roll around here. Now I filled this up at the beginning of our cook almost 2 hours ago. You guys can see it's still full. And these pellets are really nice. They're real firm. They don't create a lot of dust. Whenever you get that dust is whenever you get your fires inside of here. I actually had that happen not long ago. I almost burnt my house down. We'll get into that another day. But, alright. So right now, 225. And disregard this temperature, that probe's actually broken. So, we got a long time to go. I'm going to say that this thing will probably finish up around 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. But we're just going to let it keep doing its thing. There's the abandoned house that we got the refrigerator from. I'm pretty sure it's haunted. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid to zoom the camera over there anymore. I'm afraid to know what we'll see. But that's my neighbor's property. But let's take a look at the refrigerator I got from out there. I try to show this thing off every video. Boom! You know we got the Busch Light, some Sweet Waters, some Sweetwater, some Sierra Nevadas, some Terrapin, and then this right here is what we use to spritz our Boston butt with. And this freezer works great. My fish food. Alright, we'll see y'all back in a minute. Alright, let's see what she looks like now at 122 degrees. Woo, Lord. She is starting to look beautiful. We don't want to lose any of that heat though. Once we get to about 150-ish, we'll start to get in the stall. Then we gotta just gotta be patient, let it push through that stall and get to 205, and we're gonna have some amazing barbecue. Guys, it just takes time though. A lot of time. Let's check back when it's about 150. Alright, so we're at 140 degrees right now. We're gonna go ahead and do a spritzer. I just use this right here, and it's apple cider vinegar, mainly just to put some moisture back on it. Keep the bark from burning, which we shouldn't have that problem. Oh God, that bark is beautiful. So I'm normally just spritz it one good time, and then I'll normally spritz it like right after the stall. So right now, that's good. Let's take one more look at this thing. Jeez, guys, look at that. She's going to be right. We've been cooking now since about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Right now it's 1:40, and we've only gotten to 140 degrees. So we still got to push through the stall. The stall's normally between 150 to about 180. That takes the longest time. It seems like it takes forever. But once you push it through that stall and you hit that 200, 205, you've got some good barbecue. Key is just to keep it from drying out too badly. Keeping that bark good. I believe we're going to be just fine. So let's just let it rock on. Slow is better. Remember, 225, and we still got plenty of pellets. This thing is super efficient. So let's just let it rock on. That's it. That's all we're doing. And that really is just to prevent that bark from burning. Oh yeah. 1:56. So I'm gonna say by 6 o'clock this afternoon this thing should be done. So we've been cooking for a while. And look at this. We started with a full thing of pellets. That's how efficient this thing is. It hasn't used hardly any. Smokehouse. We love them. Alright, 1.5 hours later. We're at 181. We've only gained 10 degrees. Guys, we are in the stall. Look at the smoke boiling off this thing. Man, we're doing really good on pellets. I think these smaller grills do really good. You know, we're not doing multiple butts. We could probably do 2 at one time in here. But I think that just being small like this, it really holds the heat. I don't want to open it up at this point in time. I did spritz it one last time off camera. This thing is looking dang good. We might as well go ahead and open it and check it with our good thermometer. We're not going to dump that much heat. I can still feel that it's pretty tough in there. So, see, 172. I know that other thermometer is off. So, that's fine. That's fine. So, it's about 10 degrees off. This thing is just for ballpark idea. This one is for real. Forget how to turn it off. It just cuts off automatically. So, we still got a long way to go on the cook. Hopefully, we'll be done by 6 o'clock. It's not looking like it. Guys, remember, whenever you're doing barbecue, if you plan on having this at dinner time, you need to start this thing at 5 in the morning. Get it done with plenty enough time to let it rest, because as soon as this thing's done, we got to let it rest for about an hour. And sometimes I'll let one rest more. That's the key. Letting that thing rest so that it shreds good. The higher the temperature we can allow it to get, it's going to break down all the tendons, all the muscular structure. It's going to break down all the fats and all the connective tissue, and that's what's going to make our really good barbecue. So, guys, there's nothing more to do than to just let it cook. So, it's a patient thing. You have to be patient doing barbecue. You can't rush it. You know, we could turn the temperature up to 300 degrees and, you know, cook it super fast. We're not doing that crap. We're going for quality. So that's what we're doing. 225 all the way through. Now, why this thing is beeping, I don't know. I actually think that this thing's starting to mess up. Yeah. I've had problems out of this one before. I've got to invest in a good temperature probe, so I'm just going to shut it down. I might just restart it, but like I said, this thing here is just for, you know, I know that it's about 10 degrees off, so it's just kind of for like a little bit of reference. This one's the good one, and it shuts off by itself. So, alright guys, let's let this thing cook. Alright guys, we're at like almost 10 hours. Let's take a look at this thing. Let's get our thermometer out. Oh God, this thing looks good, and it's, I like the consistency of butter. Sticking that in there. So we're at 186. We still have quite a few degrees to go up. 183. So, we got two options. We can either bump our temperature up just a little bit. This thing's already taken as much smoke as it's going to take. So, uh-oh, hit my camera. I think what I'm going to do, I mean, it's been smoking forever, and it's already super tender, but we need to get our temperature up there. We need to get that temperature in that safe zone. I think I'm going to get this thermometer working. This thing was pretty accurate. The problem is I actually pulled some of the cable here out of the thermometer itself, so I'm going to fix this up right quick and get it in there, and I think I'm going to bump the temperature up to about 240. That's not too much, but I think that's going to be just enough to push us through the rest of the stall. This thing's already super tender, and it's not like we're rushing it, but I would like to get it, you know, get this show on the road a little bit quicker. That thing is beautiful and charred, God, and super juicy. Look at the juice on it. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so I know I fixed this thing, this temperature probe. It's accurate whenever it works right. It's just got a short in it, and it'll do some funny things. I'm not necessarily relying on it. I just want kind of like the second opinion. But let's go ahead and bump this thing up just a hair, because guys, we still have to let it rest. 240, that's not too much. I know it's not 234, and I know it's not 280. That probe is messed up, so we're gonna go ahead and let the grill see how she's smoking. I mean, it'll probably take some more smoke, but this thing's gonna be super tender. All right, well, once it's done, I'm gonna pull this thing out. We're gonna shred this thing. I'm gonna show you guys how we wrap it up in the Ingles Laurel Lynn heavy duty aluminum foil. We're gonna put it in this tin, and it'll be good. Guys, we have been cooking this thing for quite a few hours. So we're talking like probably 13 hours now. She is beautiful. The lighting is not very good right now. It's starting to get a little bit dark. I checked it a minute ago, and we were like at 202. So she's climbing. I think my thermometer is giving me some funky readings whenever I pull it out. There we go. So 201, 202. We just need to gain a couple of degrees. Guys, this thing's almost done. Then we're going to wrap it up. She's almost done. Just a few, probably like 10 to 20 more minutes, and this thing's going to be excellent. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to let it rest for an hour. Then we're going to shred it, and she's done. We're going to eat it tomorrow for dinner. So, whew, yes, it's almost done. All right, guys. So the lighting situation out here is pretty bad right now because it's dark. But check that out. That thing is cooked to perfection. We're right now at 205. I checked it just a second ago. My meat thermometer is a little bit messed up. It's actually set on Celsius. You go to Fahrenheit, get it off a hold. Takes it a minute to climb. But I checked it just a second ago, and it hit 205. This takes a minute to get on up there. Guys, look at that thing. Look at that beautiful bark on there. This thing is going to be sick. So now we got to get this thing off. Yeah, 205. Now it's going to gain a little bit of heat as we let it rest. So what we're going to do is put this thing in this tin-foil dish and then wrap it up silver side down, and that way it'll kind of convection heat or convection cook just a little bit. Check that out. I had to bring out the phone for some light because we have some pretty bad lighting conditions out here. But guys, look at that thing. Let's get this temperature probe off. This thing's been cooking for like probably 13 or 14 hours now. My God, it just wants to fall apart. Oh my God. Look at there. That's what you want to see on your grill. Once that thing is cooked to perfection. Let's get this thing wrapped up right quick. We got to be kind of quick about it. Definitely don't want to dump too much heat out of it. Uh-oh. I know that the lighting on the camera is pretty dark. This is not an iPhone. So this camera here does not like low light situations, but it still, I think, records really good. So we got two options. Now that the grill's off, we can let this thing rest inside the grill with the heat, but instead I'm gonna put it in the house in the oven with no heat on it. I'm gonna let it rest for 30 minutes to an hour, Then we're going to shred this thing. It's going to be perfect barbecue. Alright guys, the time has finally come. I didn't even keep track of all the hours. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. This is probably like the 12th beer of the day, if not more. So, for good barbecue, you got to have patience, a good smoker, the ability to cook for a long time, and some cold beer. So look at there. Look at the bark on this thing. I also advise some good meat pullers. These are like some bear claws. We're going to rip this thing apart. It's rested now for about, it's been rested for about an hour. I just want you guys to see the juice on this thing. That is what we're looking for. This thing is not going to be dry. Now, it does take some effort to shred these things. Don't let that fool you. So let's get that blade bone out of there, and that's going to make it a lot easier to shred. We still have a ton of heat in this this Boston butt, but look how perfect that blade bone come out of there. So that's the shoulder bone, or the blade bone. That lets you know that this bad boy is cooked. Jeez. If that thing comes out that easy with no meat attached, guys, that is what you want. Look at the smoke line on that thing. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is ridiculous good. So now we're going to shred it. You can see the heat coming off of it. Whoa. That bark is going to be good. Oh, this thing's super hot. We could have actually probably let this thing rested for another 30 minutes. As hot as it is, but it's going to be completely fine. We're going to take this thing, after we shred it, I'm going to put it back in the oven with no heat. And I'm just going to let it kind of chill on out just a little bit after we do some shredding here. I don't want all that moisture to evaporate off of it. And then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. And then guys, we're just going to heat it up and eat it tomorrow. It's pretty late already. It's about 9:30 at night. We started this thing at 9 o'clock. About 9:30, 10 o'clock this morning. And right now it's 9:04. So this thing has had to do some cooking to get finished. But this is going to be a really good one. Look at how juicy. Oh my God. That's like meat candy. Wow. Smoky. Man, it's smoky. And just the right amount of seasoning. Golly. You can look at this thing and you can tell either this ain't dry. This is how barbecue's supposed to be. Good, juicy. We're going to try to shred it as fine as we can. I've come to find, you get some butts that shred real good. And you get some butts that just don't shred as easy. This one's shredding actually pretty good. This is a really good butt. I've actually, whenever I was a butcher for about 10 years, you get Boston butts every once in a while that have abscesses in them and stuff, and it's horrible. So if that would have been the case, this whole thing would have been ruined. And you don't ever know until you just cook it and you break it down and you shred it. If you got an abscess in it, you might as well throw the whole thing away because it just ruins it, and it's disgusting. I got a big knot of cancer is what it looks like. I've actually seen it in real life, cutting these things open or processing them, merchandising them out. Jesus Christ. And my phone is going off, guys. I'm going to cut this volume off. Check this out. My God. Look at there. Look at there. That's so juicy. Oh my God. I'm personally not a big pork fan. That right there that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Good Lord. Man. Look at there, guys. Barbecue. It took a while. It did take a while. Was it worth it? Hell yeah, it was worth it. Is it good? Hell yeah, it's good. My blood pressure's gonna be through the sky. It's like meat candy. It's almost like drugs. You get one piece, and you just gotta have some more. It's just like a dang meat drug. Good Lord. But yeah, guys, get you a set of these claws. They make shredding this stuff easy. Like I said, we're not going to eat this tonight because we already made dinner. It's done. It was good. You know, the wife's already in bed, and so is my son. This right here is going to be meals throughout the week, and we're going to freeze some of it, give some away. But you can see how much it was, like a 7-pound Boston butt. We didn't lose much. All the meat's there. So while it's still hot and it's still steaming, we're going to put this in the oven, let the temperature fall just a little bit more. Then we're going to put it in the refrigerator. Oh my God. Get some of that barky meat. My God. That's perfect. We'll get some of that, we'll get this thing chilled down. And we're going to make some tacos with it tomorrow and some egg rolls and all kind of stuff. So guys, thank you for watching this video. If you watched all the way through, make sure to like and subscribe when you get this channel up to at least 10,000 subscribers. So